So many students are facing problem in question number 3. Okay, so I am going to discuss that thing. So initial endowment of consumer A and consumer B is given. So you have two goods. Okay, two goods X and Y. Okay, and we have two agents, consumer A and consumer B. Okay, so endowment is given to you. Endowment of good X with consumer A, endowment of good Y with consumer A is 10,000 and 5,500. 10,000 and 5,500. Okay. Then we will look at endowment of good X with consumer B, endowment of good Y with consumer B. Okay. It is also given to you because we are in exchange economy. Endowment is given to you. Okay. It is 5,000 and 9,500. 5,000 and 9,500. Okay. So we are doing problem of Pareto optimality. And we are drawing Edgeworth box. Okay. So the first question asks you to draw Edgeworth box. Edgeworth box. And you all know the dimension of Edgeworth box. Okay. Depend on the total supply of good X and good Y. So I need to take out the total supply of good X and good Y. So total supply of good X. So this one I need to add, then I will get total supply of good X or total endowment of good X. So endowment of good X with consumer A plus endowment of good X with consumer B. It is 10,000 plus 5,000. So I get 15,000. Okay. So 15,000 is the total endowment of good X, or you can say total supply of good X. Then total supply of Y, endowment of good Y with consumer A, endowment of good Y with consumer B. So with consumer A, I have this much endowment of good Y, and with B, I have this much. A, I have 5,500 plus 9,500. This is 15,000. So it will be a square. So let me draw it. Okay. So for in the x-axis, I will horizontal axis will be dimension of 15. Okay. And vertical axis, I will draw 15. Okay, 15,000. So equivalently, I will draw here. Okay. Then join the box. So this is origin of consumer A. This is good X, total supply of good X. Okay, so it will be 15,000. Vertical axis represent total supply of good Y, and it is 15,000. And this is origin of consumer B. Okay, you have been asked to draw Edgeworth box. Okay, draw Edgeworth box showing the initial endowment of both consumers. So we need to show endowment also. We draw the Edgeworth box and we need to show the initial endowment also. So X, consumer A has 10,000. This is good X. So this one has 10,000. This is 10,000. Okay. And Y 5,500. So suppose this is 5,500. You need to make it like this. Okay. 5, 10, 15. Then like this is 5,000. This is 10,000. This is 15,000. That this will be 5,500. Okay. 5,500. So I join these 2 points. I get here this point. I will read X axis for consumer B this side. So what is the endowment of consumer B of good X? 5,000. So I will read here. This much is 5,000. Okay. And he has 9,500 of good Y. This is 9,500 because this distance is 5,500. Okay. So when I subtract 15,000 with 5,500, I will get 9,500. 9,500. Okay. This is 9,500. This is 5,000. 5,000. Yeah. Okay. So I will make points for consumer B also. It is the same this one. Okay. So this is endowment. Okay. So this is first part of question. Show the preference of both consumer in the as well box passing through initial endowment. Okay. So I need to show the preference of both consumer, and when I just cite preference, it basically means it is a when behave preference. Okay. So I need to draw the preference of consumer A and consumer B. This is second part of question number 3. Okay. So draw the indifference curve of both consumer A and consumer B that passes through this endowment. Okay. Show the preference of both consumer in the as well box passing through initial endowments. So you know how to draw it. So blue one I used for consumer B. This is for consumer B indifference curve. Red one I used for consumer A. This is consumer A indifference curve. Okay. See, very easy. No need to do anything. Just draw the graph that I have done in the first lecture. Okay. That's question number 2. Then third question: when indifference curve passes through initial endowment, it forms nance. So this nance is formed. Okay. So I ask you, what is the economic interpretation around that nance? So what is the economic interpretation of this nance? That economic interpretation is that Pareto improvement. Economic interpretation that Pareto improvement is possible around this nance. You know, I take this point and this point and show you that Pareto improvement is possible. Okay. You just have to say take 3 point 3, 1, 2. Okay. At point 3 and 2, it is possible to make one consumer better off without making another worse off. At point 1, we can make both consumer better off. That's all. This is the solution of question number 3. Okay. I hope I make clear to everyone. It is very easy to do this thing. Okay. So practice it. Okay. And I have given similar question, one more in the optional homework. Okay. Just check it. Okay. Thank you for watching.